At the Bristol Hub for Gambling Harms Research, we are dedicated to supporting a network of researchers across disciplines and across the world. Our aim is to foster collaboration and to advance research in the field of gambling harms.
We offer grants to researchers at higher education institutes anywhere in the world. We also encourage non-academic partners to join as co-investigators, broadening the scope and impact of the research efforts.
The Hub continues to fund researchers not only from the University of Bristol, but from right across the globe. We've already funded 26 projects on everything from cricket to AI. And here is a snapshot of just some of the projects that we've funded.
The project sought to identify magnitude gambling effects among the vulnerable groups at JUST and also devise strategies for intervention. We used questionnaires and focus group discussions to collect data from students, peer educators, as well as counselors. One interesting finding was the media houses who are not willing to have our findings published. Also, the amount of time that is spent on betting and gambling.
The project scoped the extent of gambling and gambling-related harms among rugby players in Wales. The project included quantitative data analysis focusing on the prevalence of gambling behaviours and their impacts, and we gained qualitative insights from our workshop discussions. The project aimed to raise awareness, leading to informed policies and practices, with the ultimate goal of promoting a healthier sporting culture.
The project investigates how gambling and gambling harms are experienced by people on probation. It explores how gambling harms and gambling-related offences are understood and addressed as part of probation work. This exploratory qualitative study is guided by a lived experience advisory group. We have undertaken over 60 in-depth interviews with people with lived experience of gambling and probation supervision, and with probation staff and other key stakeholders.
Our project addressed the lack of awareness of gambling harm in Scotland, particularly in areas with high levels of deprivation. The team includes researchers, people with lived experience to gambling harms, and treatment providers. And through this direct engagement, the project has assessed community knowledge of available support systems and identified areas where more support is needed.
The project aim was to explore the factors influencing gambling patterns and activity in Namibia, to identify how gambling advertising and message are disseminated, to design, pilot and test a model to mitigate risky gambling behaviors. We used survey questionnaire, interviews and COVID observation to obtain data from gamblers and gambling outlets, which was backed by mathematical modeling demonstrating the impact of gambling information on consumers' behavior.
This project explores gambling-related harms within the LGBTQ+ communities, focusing on factors that may drive gambling behaviours and contribute to harm among these individuals. This mixed methods project includes a quantitative study with LGBTQ+ gamblers, followed by semi-structured interviews to explore their experiences of harm. Individuals with lived experience of gambling harms will play an active role in the design and the interpretation of data, and our aim is to provide tailored recommendations for support and training for stakeholders.
Starting conversations with women from ethnic minority communities, speaking about treatment services for gambling and how to design and advertise services that ethnic minority women feel comfortable accessing.
The team interviewed individuals who had received treatment for gambling-related harms. We discussed how to reduce barriers, improve accessibility, widen knowledge, and how to address stigma around gambling treatment.
LiveGam investigates how watching gambling on live streams affects young adults and adolescents' attitudes and behaviours towards gambling, with an aim to produce educational materials for a lay audience co-produced by both our participants and their parents and guardians. Our team used anonymous surveys and confidential interviews to explore the link between live streams, exposure to gambling content, and gambling behaviour in young adults of 18 to 24 and adolescents 13 to 16.
This project explored perspectives on the risk of gambling and gambling-related harms in cricketers. The team brought together key stakeholders from the UK cricket landscape to facilitate new research collaborations, projects and recommendations. The Seacorn project aimed to build a network around elite cricket and gambling in the UK and to generate timely research questions. It's now been developed into a longer-term project to understand the role of group dynamics on gambling attitudes in cricket.
It is a proof of concept study utilizing large language models for analyzing user-generated text data. The project focuses on developing advanced methods using large language models, so-called LLMs, to analyze user-generated texts, specifically regarding gambling-like elements in video games such as loot boxes. These features, while very popular, may pose risks, particularly to younger audiences.
The aim of the project is to improve automated text analysis by refining how prompts are used and enhance the performance of large language models. This approach helps classify user opinions on loot boxes, offering deeper insights into player behaviors. This finding will hopefully assist researchers, policymakers, and game developers in promoting ethical and responsible gaming while helping shape future regulations.
Each year we run 2 calls for the Research Innovation Fund, the Strategic Awards and the Seacorn Awards. These funding opportunities are designed to support innovative research and drive meaningful progress in the field.
The Hub has established a strong global network of academics, those with lived experience, policymakers and charities, and we're working hard to ensure that we make a strong contribution to the prevention, reduction and treatment of gambling harms across the globe.